Are you in so much stress and anxiety about your relationship and especially about your partner's past that you really cannot regulate your emotions? Hi, this is Noemi Siri. I am a retroactive jealousy specialist. So, what can you do when you're feeling that uh, you're just overwhelmed with these fears and emotions and anger and anguish? One thing that you can do is engage the body, because as long as you are in your mind thinking about all those thoughts or acting out compulsions such as having arguments with your partner or interrogating them about their past or even stalking them or monitoring things that when then at the end you will feel embarrassed about and ashamed of. So you want to get out of this mental space and you want to get back into the body. And guess what? You can actually train yourself. You can train yourself. Imagine this, that we are always in the gym. We are now talking about the mental gym. And of course, our emotion, our mind, our thoughts have an impact on our emotions. Yeah, so the hormones will start oozing out of you, and then you probably get in a fight and flight mode or sympathetic activation, and then you have to act on it. Whatever you did last time, you probably recreate it again, because we there is kind of an automaticity about how we react in stress. When we feel that we are basically our life is threatened. It's the same as when a lion is chasing you down the road, which often doesn't happen often, but it's the same feeling. And if you're totally depleted, you might even freeze. Yes, kind of dorsal state. It's kind of like you can't even think. You can't even move. You can barely breathe. Shallow breath, kind of feeling limp. Um, so you want to, and talking about gym, every time you have an intrusive thought about your partner's past, if you're training yourself to then engage with it, to then have to believe those thoughts and then engage with those thoughts and act upon those thoughts and create scenarios in your head and whatever else you might be doing, then you are training yourself. Yeah, like in the gym, you are training yourself to become better at it, to become more efficient at it. And yes, the chances are that next day you will do the same thing, and next day you will do the same thing, and it just gets easier and easier to do the same thing and never get the solution. So what you want to do is to use the gym differently. So basically, because you can go to the gym, and guess what? You can do weight training and you can do cardio and all sorts of things. Or you can take the equipment and kick it and throw things around. Yeah, you can. So you decide, and it's the same about the mind. You decide how you use your mental gym, which is every day, every thought you have is an opportunity for you to create patterns that are nurturing and helping you to think straight and to to create a life and maintain a life that supports you. Or you can use those thoughts to create things that are not very good. Now, there is usually a fear, there are insecurities, there are some things at the back, and with therapy and coaching, you can actually are able to release them and to transform things in the present. Or you can also use the body, and you can use certain activities and engage in certain activities that can help you have less stress, basically reduce the amount of stress so that you can think more clearly. So let's say you have a thought and your usual thing is to engage with that thought. So instead of doing that, you could do a body-based somatic exercise. And I'm going to teach you one. One thing that I would like to preface it is that you want to practice. So when you are changing the way you are, who you are through embodied practices, then imagine it is like learning kung fu, let's say, or learning martial arts that you have to practice regularly. So you can't just do one of it and whoo, I'm the best. No. Or you can't just have a session and then everything changes. That's not realistic. So you want to practice it 5 times a day. You set your alarm or your phone. It rings 5 times a day, and 5 times a day you do it until it becomes a pattern. And once you find it easy to do it, then you can use it as a tool for intervention. So when to use it when you are more stressed. Why? Because your mind doesn't function the same way. You don't have access to your whole brain when you're stressed because it's not important to think. When you are fighting for your life, which is fight and flight, it's kind of a sympathetic activation, then your goal is not to think in a creative way or to think rationally or to analyze things or to have empathy for yourself and for the other person. Your goal is survival. It's very simple. Your goal is survival, which is why we behave irrationally and in ways that we often regret when we are stressed. So what we want is to bring back more control and to reduce the stress or be able to intervene when you feel that there is stress coming in with an exercise. So this one is something I'm going to teach you. It's very, very brief. You can make it last longer if you want by posing more. Okay, so sitting up on a chair with your feet flat on the ground. Keep your eyes open because you won't be able to do this anywhere. Okay, so focus on your feet. Now focus on your bottom on the chair. Now sit up straight. Maybe you can even move a little bit to find the most comfortable position, something that supports you right now. Now relax your eyes, basically let your peripheral vision, kind of you're aware of what is in your peripheral vision. You're not really focusing on anything, it's just taking in everything. Relax your jaw. You can, by opening your mouth, you can move it a little bit. Relax your shoulders. Let your stomach out and say, ah. And now, as the last thing, you can think of someone or something that makes you smile. Just bring that image or thought of them to mind. See how you feel. Are you feeling any different? And this is something you can use. As I said, you could potentially use it when you have an intrusive thought, but I would encourage you to practice it when you're not stressed as well, until it becomes something automatic. And this can actually change everything. This can be a total game changer. But as with anything and everything, you need practice. You need to commit to it and you need to make it an automatic thing, the way certain things are automatic now, like certain thoughts and certain feelings and potentially those compulsions. You want this to be something that you can automatically use as a response to certain emotions, which is not to suppress the emotions, it is to bring in choice so that you can respond to things appropriately.